This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up? Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that bet is a winner, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the app today at FanDuel.com. Well, the Dodgers opened up another can. A ROUT, laying it on the Giants heavy and thick once again. 10-2 the final. Blowouts are beautiful. Love it. 35 hits in the 2 days. TYLER GLASNOW, fantastic, 6 2/3 to get the win. Allowed just 3 hits. I didn't love the 4 walks, but he minimized the damage after the walks and gets out of there with a win. He's now 3-3, and the Dodgers get back to 2.5 above the Padres, who won today in the West. But more importantly, in the National League, they gained ground on both the Phillies and the Brewers, who both lost.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Dodgers big wins yesterday and today, beating the Giants in San Francisco. That's huge for their momentum. 13 games to go, and they're trying to find some rhythm and momentum and energy, and they definitely did it yesterday and today. These are big wins. These are important wins, and the way they did it, you couldn't have asked for more from them. Shohei Ohtani was the only guy, along with Kike, who didn't have a big day. Mookie Betts, 3 for 4. Teoscar Hernandez, 4 for 6. Freddie Freeman, 3 for 6. Tommy Edman, a pair of hits. Michael Conforto, 3 for 4, and he didn't even start the game. Miggy Rojas, a hit, and Rortvedt had a hit.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I was going to give it to Mookie Betts because he has an 18-game on-base streak going, but then I saw that Teoscar Hernandez had 4 hits. Neither one of them had an RBI. 4 hits and 2 runs for Teo. 3 hits and 3 runs for Mookie. So Teo had a big day yesterday, as did Mookie. I don't know. I mean, can we do 3 players of the game? Because you got to give it to Michael Conforto at least honorable mention. Because here we go. Big news. I hope you're sitting down and ready for this. All you Michael Conforto haters, he has reached the batting average of 200, passing the Mendoza line. 200 for Michael Conforto. He had it up to 201, I think, but got out his last at bat. 305 on base and 336 slugging percentage. Although, you put those together for an average, not so fantastic OPS, but the fact that he 3 hits today with 3 RBI. So we have 3 players of the game. Michael Conforto with 3 RBI, Teo with 4 hits and 2 runs, and Mookie with 3 hits and 3 runs. All of those guys had fantastic days. Shohei Ohtani, some what's that word I'm looking for? Milestone numbers today for Ohtani. First, he extends the on-base streak to 19 games in a row. He passes his runs total for last year of 134. That means he has 135 for those of you who aren't as great at math as I am. And that means he is now 8 runs away from the all-time season record for runs scored in the modern live ball era. Babe Herman, back in 1930, scored 143 runs. With 13 games to play, without a doubt, that number is attainable for Shohei Ohtani to break the record for the most runs scored in a season. Glasnow, 6 2/3, was hoping for 7. Didn't have a lot of Ks, as I mentioned, 4 Ks and 4 walks, but it didn't really affect him. He minimized the damage on those walks. That is just not a number you want to see that high, but it didn't seem to matter. He had 1 hit until the 7th when he gave up 2 more and they pulled him. Enriquez came in through 1 pitch to get out of it, but Glasnow gets the win, only gave up 1 run, struck out 4 on 3 hits. He's now 3-3. Didn't get the leadoff hitter until the 4th inning, and he had the 4 walks in the first 3 innings. So, put the train back on the tracks and took care of business after, early shaky pitching, mildly shaky at best. Dodgers playing some gritty baseball today. I like the way they got out in front 2-1, scoring runs, manufacturing runs without a home run. Again, I don't know if we mentioned this or not. Joe and Oral and Steven mentioned it multiple times if you were watching the game, but the Dodgers scored 10 runs today with no home runs. And Oral was like, I love it. And I agree. Absolutely agree. Grinding out at bats, putting the ball in play, and scoring runs the old fashioned way, station to station. In the second, the Dodgers got a couple of walks to load the bases. Then Kike a sac fly to score a run. Then in the third, they grabbed a 2-1 lead on a fielder's choice. So the 5th inning is when they broke it open. How many did they post in the 5th? 4, I believe. Yeah, 4 in the 5th. Mookie walked. Teo singled to left. Freddie then doubled to right to score Mookie. 2nd and 3rd, no outs. Robbie Ray pulled from the game. Edman walked. Conforto singled home 2. Edman scored on a disengagement violation, which I haven't seen one of those in a long time. And then Rortvedt walked. So the Dodgers just putting the ball in play, getting base hits and scoring runs, which is nice to see. Again, 15 yesterday, 10 today, 35 hits in all. That is back-to-back games with double-digit hits for the Dodgers. They haven't done that since April 29th and 30th. The last time they had double-digit hits in back-to-back games. So it's been a while, and let's just hope that all of this rhythm and momentum, it means the Dodgers offense is starting to come around and find their way, which is what we need. You could say all you want to about making excuses why this doesn't matter. I totally disagree. And let's go back to the last series against the Rockies when people were like, so what? You beat the Rockies. But as I said over and over again, it doesn't really matter who you're playing as long as you're playing the right kind of baseball. You're getting hits, making outs, not making errors, winning ball games, right? It's where your headspace goes when you're winning games and you're playing the right way. And that's what the Dodgers need. They needed some slump busters. They needed the Colorado Rockies. They should send the Rockies, a few cases of beer or something, because that's exactly what the Dodgers needed. Now, the Giants are a different story because they're in the wild card race, and it's Giants Dodgers, which always has a different level of importance on it. But the Giants wanted these games more than the Dodgers did, without a doubt. Dodgers in first place. Not comfortably, but they are in first place. The Giants are trying to get into the wild card race or into that wild card position, and they're fighting for it. Now 75-74 after the loss. The win for the Dodgers is their 84th versus 65 losses and 36-39 on the road. Rumar says Dodgers with a hitting frenzy. Teo 4 hits, Mookie and Freddie had 3 hits, Tommy Edman 2 hits, and others chipped in. Yes. How can you overlook Conforto, Rumar? How dare you? I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but now he's batting 200. Can you lay off Conforto now for a little bit? Probably not the worst hitter in baseball now. How about that for milestones? To be fair, you guys haven't bashed on him in quite a while. Craig said Conforto made the postseason with his performance today. He's been good for a little bit, so that's all good. Fantastic to see. I mean, these games are fun. I love blowouts, especially against the Giants. You're not nail biting. You're not worried. And we'll get to the pitching after the break, which again was interesting. to say the least. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where you find Travis Rogers Monday through Friday with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast, getting in depth with what's going on in the Dodger universe. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by PrizePicks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day. I make a lot of good ones. I make more bad ones. But on PrizePicks, right means cashing in. And there's nothing that feels better than being right about anything, really. But when it comes to making a sports prediction and you're right, it just feels good and it boosts your ego. With football back, PrizePicks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 players and their projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in 60 seconds. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The code is LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Today's episode also brought to you by Nutrafol. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. There are so many products out there, it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a try. Give it a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root cause of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com with the code Locked On MLB. Dodgers blast the Giants in Oracle once again, 10 to the final today after a 4-run fifth, backed up with a 2-run sixth, and a couple in the 8th and 9th to put it way, way out of reach. I think it was out of reach after the fifth when the Dodgers made it 6-1 and did a nice job with runners and scoring position today. 6 for 22. Freddie 1 for 4. Miggy 1 for 3. PK 0 for, Teo 0 for, Michael Conforto, the best day with runners at scoring position, 3 for 4. Call Ohtani 0 for, Edman 1 for 3, and Rortvedt 0 for. As I said, Glasnow 6 2/3 for his 3rd win of the season to even his record. He threw 108 pitches. That's nice to see. Enriquez just 1 pitch for the 3rd of an inning to get out of the 7th. And Kopech came in again, followed by Kirby Yates, where we said, I guess, fine, you're up big. It's the get right bullpen day, like it was yesterday, and Friday for that matter. I didn't quite understand the decision on Friday. It made sense yesterday and today. They were comfortably in front and, give these guys an opportunity to get some work in a game that is out of reach. No save opportunity or anything, but Michael Kopech and Kirby Yates need to go out and work, get the job done, in Major League Baseball conditions to get their head right and get their mechanics back in order. Did Kopech do that today? A little bit, not great, but you put yesterday and today together, it's moving in the right direction. It's a step or two in the right direction. It wasn't like, okay, he's back. It wasn't like when Andy Pages had that hot week against Pittsburgh in LA, like in early May, and everything just turned around for him. We were like, wow, this guy can hit the ball to all parts of the park. Kopech is still creeping back. He's still trying to figure it out, still trying to find some rhythm and momentum, find the strike zone. He started off pretty good, and then the risers and walked 2 guys. Oh, correction, only 1 guy. He gave up 2 hits, though. 1 run, 22 pitches, got out of it, so give him credit for that. So we look at that and say, okay, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. Kirby Yates, on the other hand, was a little better. 1 inning, 12 pitches, Zeros all across. Didn't walk a guy, no strikeouts. Got a little help from a boneheaded base running error from who was that? Damas, Chapman, Lee, Flores, Bailey. Was it Kisner? Maybe it was Schmidt. I don't know. Somebody doubled because of the sun. Look, that guy should have been out anyway because Conforto lost it in the sun. You know, it was just a routine pop fly. Conforto catches it no problem most of the time. But he lost it in the sun, and Gilbert or Schmidt, one of them, flied out, and then flied out the center, popped out to the pitcher. I think it was Gilbert. I don't know why they put popped out to the pitcher. That he did not. Nobody popped out to the pitcher. I have to figure out why they put that in the play-by-play score sheet. But popped out to left, and then missed first base. How do you miss? What was he doing over there? How do you miss first base? Unforgivable. It's not like it changes anything, but like, what do you do? And then he's like, headphones review. You know, you missed the base. He's just trying to save face at that point. I mean, I guess that's the call. Yeah, in the ninth inning, you know, down 8. Sure, yeah, run it up the flagpole. Let's see what happens. But he like stutter steps around the base and then just completely missed the base. I don't get that at all. That was bizarre. But it worked out to Kirby Yates's benefit because that was 2 outs, and then quickly got out of it after that, and Dodgers win 10-2. So all is well in the Dodger universe, exactly where we want to be, welcoming in the Philadelphia Phillies, who lost today. That's also nice to see, along with Milwaukee loss. Dodgers gain a little bit of ground in the National League as they try to get into that 2 seed. I don't know that they'll catch Milwaukee, but they could catch the Phillies, who got hammered today by the Royals in Philadelphia, 10-3. So they're on a plane to LA right now, probably flying across the United States, getting ready for a 3-game set tomorrow at Dodger Stadium. Emmett Sheehan will get the ball for the boys in blue, if I remember correctly. And if our viewers in the chat are knowledgeable, that's what I'm being told. Let me double check. Yeah, Emmett Sheehan versus Ranger Suarez, who got off to a fantastic start to this season and continues to put up fantastic numbers. He's 12-6 with a 2.77 ERA, a 1.15 whip. He's got 143 innings under his belt, 130 hits. He struck out 140. He surrendered just 10 home runs. But again, the Dodgers don't need home runs to win baseball games if you look at today, right? Get up there and be scrappy. Grind out at bats. Put the ball in play. Things happen. Sheehan is 6-3 with a 3.32 ERA, 1.09 whip. He's been very good of late. He's given up 46 hits, struck out 69, and has surrendered 7 home runs. First pitch a little after 7 at the Ravine. We'll be here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel to break it down when it is all over. Roy Estrada wants to know how many games back. I don't know if you're asking me or somebody else, but I can tell you, Roy. Give me 1 second here. We're talking about the wild card or the overall National League standings. The Brewers are the top team in baseball, 91 wins. Philadelphia has 89. The Cubs have 85, and the Dodgers have 84. So they're 1 back of the Cubs and 4 back of the Phillies. And the Brewers are 7 ahead of the Dodgers. So that's a ways to go with 13 games to go. But you can start chipping away at it with a series win against the Phils. Take 2 out of 3. That would be fantastic. Again, first pitch 7:10 tomorrow at the Ravine, and we'll be here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel to break it down when it is all over. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening, and appreciate the comments as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a good night.